One line, drawn in 1947, divided a land where millions had lived for generations. Before that line existed, communities lived, worked, traded, and worshipped across a shared subcontinent. After the Second World War, Britain was preparing to leave India. But independence raised a dangerous question: united or divided? Congress argued for a united India. The Muslim League increasingly demanded political safeguards and ultimately a separate homeland called Pakistan. Political negotiations grew more difficult, while communal violence made the possibility of a peaceful transition increasingly uncertain. In March 1947, a new viceroy arrived. He was tasked with transferring power and doing it quickly. The timetable was compressed. The British government would transfer power in August 1947, leaving little time to solve centuries of political complexity. On June 3, the transfer plan accepted partition as the route to independence, including the division of Punjab and Bengal. But a border could not simply divide territory. It would cut through villages, farms, railways, rivers, businesses, and families. The boundary commissions were tasked with drawing the new borders. The British lawyer, who had never worked in India before, chaired the commissions. Then the new boundaries were announced. For many people, the news meant something terrifying. Their home was suddenly on the wrong side.
Families packed what they could carry. Many believed they were leaving temporarily. For countless people, they would never see home again.
Trains became lifelines for refugees moving toward places they hoped would be safe. Millions crossed the new frontier. Muslims toward Pakistan, and many Hindus and Sikhs toward India. Punjab became one of the worst centers of violence. Entire communities were uprooted as fear turned neighbors against neighbors. Hundreds of thousands died. The exact toll remains disputed, but the scale of the loss is beyond doubt. Yet in the middle of this tragedy came independence. India was free, Pakistan was born, but freedom arrived alongside enormous human suffering. Pakistan itself emerged in two geographically separated wings, West Pakistan and East Pakistan, separated by more than 1,000 miles of Indian territory. But partition did not settle every territorial question. Kashmir became one of the most consequential disputes left behind in 1947. Across the new borders, governments faced an enormous humanitarian crisis. Millions of displaced people needed food, shelter, work, and a new beginning. People rebuilt. New neighborhoods emerged. Refugees opened shops, found work, educated their children, and slowly created new lives.
For survivors, partition was not simply a political event. It was a memory of a street, a neighbor, and a life left behind.
What had once been a political decision became a physical frontier, guarded, crossed, feared, and remembered. The partition created two independent states. But the border also divided communities whose histories had been intertwined for generations.
For some, it meant national freedom. For others, it meant exile, loss, violence, or survival.
Historians disagree on the precise numbers, but millions were displaced, and hundreds of thousands are believed to have died. The memories crossed generations. Stories of lost homes, journeys, and separation became part of family histories on both sides of the border.
Today, the border is part of everyday political reality. Yet across it remain shared languages, foods, music, memories, and cultural traditions.
So perhaps the deepest question of partition is not where the border was drawn, but what happens when political borders divide human lives. The borders remain, but the memories remind us that history is ultimately lived by people.